Welcome to the second Pub in a Box quiz. Here at Titanic Brewery, sat in the sample room. It's pretty quiet. Like all the pubs, it's shut and nothing going on. So this week what we decided to do is to do the quiz and try and give you a virtual brewery tour whilst we're doing it. So I'm going to move into the brewery where we'll do round one. Speak to you in a minute. So here we are in the dry store at the brewery. Again, looking a little bit empty. We have got a delivery coming in soon and we have been brewing some beer. So great to have the brewery live again. So here you can see the dry store. And what you got there is all the materials we use for brewing the beer. So we've got the malts and the hops. The malts are all grown in the UK and supplied from Thomas Fawcett and Sons, the oldest independent maltster in the UK. And the hops all come from Charles Farram. Charles Farram have been looking after us for an awful long time and continue to do so wonderfully. So, without further ado, shall we get on with the questions? Round one. And this week's round one is on brands. Who had the tagline or slogan? Question one. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's... Question one. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's... Question two. Just do it. Just do it. That's question two. And remember, we're looking for the brands. Whose were these taglines or slogans? Question three. Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it. Question four. Every little helps. Every little helps. Question five. I'm loving it. Question five. I'm loving it. We're looking for the brands or the homes for these slogans. And off to my right here, you can see our mill, which is a lovely two-roller mill. You can just see it there, I think. Yeah, and that's the grist case up above it. So, question six. And we're looking for whose brands they are, or whose slogans. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Question seven. The future's bright. The future's... Question seven. The future's bright. The future's... Question eight. Challenge everything. Challenge everything. Question nine. What's the worst that could happen? Question nine. What's the worst that could happen? And question 10, final question. The best a man can get. The best a man can get. So here we are in the brewing room. Steps up to the mash tun. 50 barrel mash tun. 50 barrel copper. You see that? And there's our wonderful heat exchanger, external work boiler. So here we are in the brew house for round two. So, round two questions. Round two is general knowledge. What is the second planet in distance from the sun? Question one. What is the second planet in distance from the sun? Question 2. What military leader is quoted as saying, "I came, I saw, I conquered"? What military leader is quoted as saying, "I came, I saw, I conquered"? Question 3. Who invented the mercury thermometer? Question 3. Who invented the mercury thermometer? Question 4. What is the largest lake in Africa? What is the largest lake in Africa? Question 5. Which flower yields the spice saffron? Question 5. Which flower yields the spice saffron? Question 6. What is the northernmost capital city in the world? What is the northernmost capital city in the world? Question 7. What Central American waterway was officially opened in 1914? What Central American waterway was officially opened in 1914? Question 8. What is the opening of a lens which controls the amount of light? What is the opening of a lens which controls the amount of light? Question 9. 78% of the Earth's atmosphere is composed of which gas? 78% of the Earth's atmosphere is composed of which gas? And finally, in round 10, Church of St Mary and All Saints, Chesterfield, has what unusual feature? Question 10, Church of St Mary and All Saints, Chesterfield, has what unusual feature? Answers to round 1 from here in the brewer's office, heart of every brewery. So the answers we are looking for brands. Question 1. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there is MasterCard. MasterCard. Question 2. Just Do It is Nike. Question 3. Because You're Worth It is L'Oreal, Paris. L'Oreal. Question 4. Every Little Helps, Tesco. Question 5. I'm Loving It, McDonald's. Question 6. Oh yes, it's Churchill. Question 7. The Future's Bright is Orange. Question 8. Challenge Everything is Electronic Arts. Question 9. What's the worst that could happen? Dr. Pepper. And question 10. The best a man can get, Gillette. Here we are in the laboratory for the answers to round 2. And what we got there, we've got a microscope, we've got a balance, a pH meter, centrifuge, and round to the spectrophotometer. So let's move on to the answers from round 2. So round 2 was on general knowledge, and the planet which is second from the sun in distance is Venus. Vini Vici Vidi. They came as Sarah conquered was Julius Caesar. Question 3 was Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, inventor of the mercury thermometer. Question 4, largest lake in Africa is Lake Victoria. The saffron spice comes from the crocus. The most northerly capital city is Reykjavik in Iceland. Opened in 1914, was the Panama Canal. And the lens, question 8, is an aperture. And 78% of the Earth's atmosphere is nitrogen. That's question 9, nitrogen. And Chesterfield, easy question for those of you who've picked up your pub in a box from the old poets. It's a crooked spire. The crooked spire is on the church in Chesterfield. Round 3's questions from here in the fermenting room. You can see down there the fermenters. That first one there is empty, but the next two are full. And there is capacity in here for around 450 barrels a week. Beer comes through from the brewing room into the fermenters where it sits, and the wonderful yeast does its gentle work and converts the sugars into alcohol. So on with round 3, food and drink. How very apt for a fermenting room. Question 1. Which type of beans are used to make baked beans? Which type of beans are used to make baked beans? Question 2. What does ABV stand for? What does ABV stand for? Question 3. A Whitby bun is flavoured with what? A Whitby bun is flavoured with what? Question 4. Eccles cakes come from which UK county? Eccles cakes come from which UK county? Question 5. What is the primary herb in pesto? What is the primary herb in pesto? Question 6. What are escargot? Question 6. What are escargot? Question 7. One for Basil Fawlty fans here. What nut is traditionally on a Waldorf salad? What nut is traditionally on a Waldorf salad? Question 8. Sauerkraut is composed of which vegetable? Sauerkraut is composed of which vegetable? Question 9. Kiwi fruit are indigenous to which part of the world? Kiwi fruit are indigenous to which part of the world? The noise you can hear in the background is the glycol pump running, pumping lots of cooling liquid around the FVs so that we keep them exactly the right temperature. When the beer goes on chill at the end of fermentation, we drop it down to 4 degrees C, which guarantees the stability and the clarity of the beer. Question 10, the final one in this round on food and drink. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? I shall try and slay that again. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? On to round 4. Round 4 is coming from the CT room. So you can see there all the various conditioning tanks. Put this in 2 or 3 years ago. Means we can hold the beer and rack it to order, so you're getting the freshest possible beer you can get. It's certainly producing some fantastic beer at the moment. Right, on to round 4, the movies. You'll Be My Heart is from which Disney film? Question 1. You'll Be In My Heart is from which Disney film? Question 2. Who played Robert Langdon in Angels and Demons? Who played Robert Langdon in Angels and Demons? Question 3. In The Little Mermaid, Ariel's two best friends are what kinds of sea creatures? In The Little Mermaid, Ariel's two best friends are what kinds of sea creatures? Question 4. In Harry Potter, which Scottish viaduct features in the films? Question 4. In Harry Potter, which Scottish viaduct features in the films? Question 5. Which comedian, renowned for his comic chases, appeared in Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines as a fireman? Which comedian, well known for his comic chases, appeared in Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines as a fireman? Question 6. Who starred in the original 1960s Pink Panther movies? Question 6. Who starred in the original 1960s Pink Panther movies? Question 7. What was Bruce Willis's character's name in Die Hard? What was Bruce Willis's character's name in Die Hard? Question 8. What kind of animal is Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia? What kind of animal is Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia? Question 9. In The Lord of the Rings, how old is Bilbo Baggins when he throws a big birthday bash? In The Lord of the Rings, how old is Bilbo Baggins when he throws his big birthday bash? And finally, question 10 on the movies. After Pulp Fiction, Uma Thurman next starred in which Quentin Tarantino film? After Pulp Fiction, Uma Thurman next starred in which Quentin Tarantino film? Round 3 answers. You can see all the clean casks lined up on the way through from cask wash there. So answers to round 3 on food and drink. Question 1. Baked beans are made out of haricot beans. Question 2. ABV stands for alcohol by volume. Question 3. Lemon. Question 4. Eccles cakes come from Lancashire. Question 5. Pesto's main spice is basil. Question 6. Escargot are snails. Question 7. It's not Waldorf's, it is walnuts. Walnuts in a Waldorf salad. Question 8. Sauerkraut is made with cabbage. Question 9 is China. And question 10, profiteroles are made with choux pastry. So you're getting to see all sorts of the bits of the brewery that not everybody sees, not even the most regular of our tourists get to come in the dispatch office. So we're moving around here quite well. Right, answers to round 4 on the movies. So, question 1, You'll Be in My Heart is from Tarzan. Question 2, Tom Hanks was who played Richard Langdon. In The Little Mermaid, the two sea creatures are a crab and a fish. Crab and a fish. Question 3, Glenfinnan is the viaduct in Scotland. Glenfinnan or Glenfinnan, struggling to read that. Glenfinnan, I think. And question 5, Benny Hill played the fireman in Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines. Pink Panther, Peter Sellers. John McClane. Question 7. Question 7 was Bruce Willis's name in Die Hard. You can tell this is my expert subject around. Lion, Aslan, in the Narnia series. Lord of the Rings, Bilbo Baggins' big birthday bash was to celebrate his 111th birthday. 111th birthday. And Kill Bill. Kill Bill was the film after Pulp Fiction that Uma Thurman starred in, with Quentin Tarantino as a director. So, round 5 of the quiz, and we've now made it into the office. This is where everything happens. So you might even see movement behind me and things going on. So, round 5 is on sports and games. Question 1. Against which country did Tyrone Mings make his England debut in 2019? Question 1. Against which country did Tyrone Mings make his England debut in 2019? Question 2. Who did Michael van Gerwen face in his first PDC World Darts Championship final? Who did Michael van Gerwen face in his first PDC World Darts Championship final? Question 3. In which county championship side did Jos Buttler make his first class debut in 2009? With which county championship side did Jos Buttler make his first class debut in 2009? Question 4. In what year did Maradona score his famous Hand of God goal? In what year did Maradona score his famous Hand of God goal? Question 5. What's Usain Bolt's 100-metre record time? What's Usain Bolt's 100-metre record time? Question 6. What is the second highest belt in UK judo after black? So black is the highest belt. What is the second highest belt in UK judo? Question 7. In what year was the first London Marathon held? In what year was the first London Marathon held? Question 8. The answer is not too long, even if I always thought it was. Question 8. How long is a rugby union match? How long is a rugby union match? Normally right up until when the bar opens. Question 9. What is Tiger Woods' actual first name? What is Tiger Woods' actual first name? This office has never been so quiet. I can genuinely guarantee that there's normally shouting, screaming and shrieking going on and nobody's moving or saying a word. Question 10. Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Which sport is played on the largest pitch? Here we are for round 6. Round 6 is in our ambient store. And behind me there you can see all the packing of the pubs and the boxes that you're all enjoying. And off in the other direction wanders my brother, who's been packing them all, working exceptionally hard, getting them all ready for you. So, here we go. Round 6 is music. One-hit wonders and who had the hit. So I'm going to give you the name of a song. You're going to tell me who had a hit with that song. Question 1. Cotton Eye Joe. Question 1. Who had a hit with Cotton Eye Joe? Question number 2. Who had a hit with Mambo number 5? A little bit of. Who had a hit with Mambo number 5? Question 3. Steal My Sunshine. Steal My Sunshine. Question 4. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, just a little bit. You're all incredibly lucky that I'm not singing any of these, but I'm sure my children would tell you. Question 5. Music sounds better with you. Music sounds better with you. It's the sound of the rain on the roof. I'm not looking forward to going outside. Question 6. Jump around. Question 6. Jump around. Question 7. Save tonight. Question 7. Save tonight. Question 8. The one and only. Question 8. The one and only. Question 9. Would I lie to you? Who had a hit with Would I Lie to You? And finally, the last question of the quiz, question 10 on round 6. Who had a hit with Breakfast at Tiffany's? Who had a hit with Breakfast at Tiffany's? So here we are in the cold store for the answers to round 5. The answers to round 5 on sports and games. Look what's behind me. Look what it is. That there. It's the Anytime IPA that's now in stock. Fantastic, really excited about that. So on with the answers to round 5. Tyrone Mings made his debut against Bulgaria. PDC darts was played against Phil Taylor, man from Burslem himself, like the brewery. Joss Butler made his debut for Somerset. And question 4 is 1986. 1986 was the hand of God. Usain Bolt's time for 10 seconds, 9.58 seconds. 9.58 seconds. The one below a black belt is a brown belt. The London Marathon was first run in 1981. A rugby match lasts 80 minutes unless the players can convince the referee to knock it on the head a bit earlier. Question 9. Eldrick. Eldrick is Tiger Woods' real first name. And question 10. Biggest sports field is a polo pitch. Round 6 answers. Stood in front of some marvellous new mini kegs, ready to be filled with Anytime IPA, or we can fill them with plum porter, stout. So get your orders in. Great way of 5 litres of beer at home. So, question 1 on music. Rednecks had a hit with Cotton Eye Joe. Question 2. Lou Bega had a hit with Mambo Number 5. Question 3 was Len. Can't remember what song that was. What was that? Question 3. That was Steal My Sunshine. Who are just a little bit? That was Gina G. Question 5 was Stardust, who had the hit with Music Sounds Better With You. Jump Around was a hit for House of Pain. Question 7, Eagle Eye Cherry had a hit with Save Tonight. Question 8, The One and Only was a hit for Chesney Hawks. Question 9, Charles and Eddie. Charles and Eddie, Would I Lie to You? And finally, question 10, Breakfast at Tiffany's was Deep Blue Something. Deep Blue Something. So that's it, folks. That's the end of the quiz for tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Titanic YouTube channel. Thanks for buying a pub in a box or a gin in a box. I hope you're all safe. I can't wait, as I said last time, to stand in a pub and have a pint with you all. Take care. Make sure you're safe. Look forward to seeing you soon.